folks, welcome back. We're doing another lick breakdown here in this video. If you're new here, my name's Cody. I'm a former student of the famous Bluegrass and Old Time Country Music program of East Tennessee State University up there in Johnson City, Tennessee. Here on this channel, we are keeping this amazing traditional style of music alive, and we're trying to get to more subscribers than Taylor Swift. So no offense, Taylor Swifties, but if you like this style of content, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel here and my mission. So we are on our home bases here, first, second, and third frets. We're going to play this lick, which involves 3 key slides that really give it that bluegrass feel, and the first 2 come pretty quickly, all right? So let's go ahead and dive into that. So what I mean by home base is that we're not gonna be moving our fingers much from these respective frets here. This is where the bulk of the lick's gonna take place, but given that we have to slide, we're gonna be choosing some fingers that are gonna make our lick here a lot easier to play. So what we're doing here with our ring finger, we're going from the 2nd fret to the 3rd fret on our B string, and that puts us in home position territory, followed by 1st fret on our high E string, all right? Now that alone gives us a bit of bluegrass real estate, as I like to call it. And that note there on the 1st fret of your E string, that's important because it's gonna give us a little bit of timing here, extra time, to get to the 2nd slide, which happens pretty fast. So here's how that looks. That's the first part of the lick, all right? So extra time there. And then push your finger from the 2nd fret to the 1st fret of that B string to get that 2nd slide in. All right, play it as slow as you have to play it, but be aware that when you really slow down this part, as I've learned the hard way, that slide and the notes that you need to get out of the slide can be a little bit harder to get out with good tone. So just be careful. All right, from there, we're going 3 open on the G string, open 3 on our D string with an open G string afterwards. I'm going to tell you more about that in just a second. And then we have this 3rd slide here from the D string, 3rd fret to the 4th fret, followed by our open G. So when we put that all together, just like that. All right, and there, the last 2 times I played it, I'm really focused on getting those slides to sound right. That's gonna be the tricky part, okay? All right, before we get into the second part of the lesson here, if you guys enjoy this style of teaching, but maybe you do better with on-screen tabs and a connected structure way of learning, check out Flatpick Foundations. It's my beginner-friendly bluegrass guitar course / memberships. I'm always adding new lessons in there. It's got everything you need to understand how to play this music from a foundational level. A lot of folks in there are 50 and older, but they're saying, hey, like I can actually sound like I'm playing bluegrass now. So check it out. There's some sample lessons below. What I want to get to here is the idea that we can exchange open strings when we're playing these licks. For this example, between the G string and the D string, and it's going to sound completely fine. And why that's important is because if you're struggling with your right hand technique where you're having to hit these notes really fast and perhaps you're hitting the wrong string, it's not always the end of the world. This style of music has the, reputation for being a bit difficult, but it's also forgiving, all right? And I'll show you what I mean. Let me just play this 2 different ways, and the first one, just the original. Right there, that note. All right, I'm gonna play a D instead of a G there, okay? All right, now to the average ear, I don't know, you tell me in the comments, can you hear the difference between that note in the lick, all right? That's with the D. That's with the G. So an important takeaway here, and especially the way that I internalize a lot of tabs and things like that, as you often will find them, is that you might sit there and obsess over playing that open string or hitting, it just right according to the tab, when in actuality, a lot of that doesn't matter. It's why you see and hear a lot of bluegrass pickers perhaps saying things like, we don't play the same lick twice. If you're really, really trying to dig your heels and learn how to improvise, learn how to put this all together really quickly as you have to do in a jam, just know that a lot of this is quote unquote up for interpretation, okay? So whatever I'm playing there, I can change a note and it's gonna sound fine, and the same goes with really classic bluegrass songs. Even when I go to download tabs from like real, prominent sources on the internet, classic sounding tunes will start completely differently with different notes entirely. And that goes to show that there is no right or wrong way, right? You can play this G, you can play that G, some say tomato, some say tomato. So take that into consideration here. This is a forgiving style of music. Folks, check out Flatpick Foundations. Also grab the mini free course below. It's gonna give you some basic licks and runs and ideas, as well as some awesome music that I have to share with you guys, because if you're starting to learn this style of music, you gotta listen to it. That's really, really important to learn. So enough yapping, we'll see you on the next one, folks. Bye-bye.